Kitten. 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 Kitty, 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 cat. Kitty, 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 cat. I already mentioned that, Jay Causey. We clean them with alcohol before we get started. Very simple. Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to get started working on yet another dead MacBook. This MacBook appears to not be turning on. It's an A1707 Touch Bar 15-inch MacBook Pro. Let's get started and see if we can figure out what's wrong with it and make it work again. First thing I need to do is get my pentalobe screwdriver, which is not here. Although it used to be here, which means that somebody is going to die. Never mind, we just found it. Someone's life has just been saved. What's wrong with it? It's an Apple product. Indeed, that happens to be one of the things that's wrong with this. It is indeed an Apple product. That's not a good thing. I gotta get up to turn this damn thing. Probably spaceship. Could be. Five volts, 330 milliamps. 20 volts, 340 milliamps. Note that the amperage draw is the same regardless of the voltage. We're getting 330 to 340 milliamp draw. It's static, it's not moving up and down, but above all, it stays the same whether it's at 20 volts or 5 volts. The first thing that I'd like to do here is if we have a short on our PP bus G3 hop, one of the main power rails. Let's get Paul Daniels' amazing software up on the screen. Let's get Paul Daniels' amazing software up on the screen. Ah, a PP Bus G3 hot short. Wonder where that could be. Let's take the board out of the case and see if we can locate it. I don't have another Cat 6 cable in my office yet, so I won't be able to plug in the thermal camera. Luckily, I have a face, and I'm going to use that face to try and find out where my short circuit is. Are you all ready to help me locate the cause of this short circuit in this MacBook? Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm glad to hear that you're all willing to help me as I try and fix this MacBook. I'm never going to have a camera that's mounted properly, because that would take time. Time that I don't have. It's always going to be a little shaky camera above my head. That's just the way it is here at Rossmann Repair Group. It's just the way it is. Let's say a big thank you to every single one of us here that decided to tune in for the stream. Thank you to all of you people on YouTube and Twitch. Indeed, Palmer Bomber. Luckily, I have a face. That's going to help me out instrumentally in finding out where the short circuit is. Congratulations on your new office. Best of luck to you and your team. Thank you very much, Corey, for continuing to educate others in many ways. Thank you, Kazi. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hopefully I don't let you all down. Cov ID 19. Good old Cov ID. Cov ID 19. Cov ID 19. Wow, my screwdriver rolled over and fell on the floor, and the screw is still attached to it. That's crazy. That was one stubborn screw right there. Have any of you ever had a stubborn screw in the past? Sure is, Mike. It is, Palmer Boomer. A little screw tried to get away, but it didn't get away. I found it, and now it's back on its magnet where it belongs. Little piece of crap. Awesome, Rick. No idea, S3 whatever. Thank you, Palmer. Okay, I think I have an idea where my problem may lie with this computer. Let's see if we can find it. And show you all, so that maybe you can learn a little bit of board repair. The first thing I need to do is find myself a Ziploc bag. And here, what do you know? I just found myself a Ziploc bag. Put all these little brackets and strange things into. There we go. Okay, now one of the things that you may see, if you're looking at the screen, right on the bottom corner, is a huge burn mark. See that burn mark? This is an Apple product, so every now and then, it's going to blow up, just because. How they get you to buy a new one. So let's take a look and see what's going on that section of the board. This looks a little funky. Look at that. Look at that. Apple said this machine was damaged by liquid. I don't happen to see any liquid, though. Do you? Apple told this customer there was liquid damage. But if you take a look around the board, there's not a speck of liquid damage on it. I don't see any liquid. I just see a machine that decided to blow itself up for no good reason. Let's take a look closer into the microscope. Yeah. See that? That does not look like liquid damage. That looks like a little capacitor that exploded. Why did it explode? Ask Tim Cook. Speaking of explosion, check out the flickering microscope light I have. So, a lot of you suggest that I get that little polarizer filter. I found one that fits my microscope for about $120 at Adorama, but that requires more light on the microscope than what I have. So what I did to make it work was I started pumping more voltage through my microscope light. I overclocked it, and now it flickers. It's actually not happy with me trying to put 15 volts through a microscope light. So it flickers every now and then. I think I'm just going to keep it like that. I have hit a point of shock with my new space where I am tired of spending money, and no new money will be spent for a while on any sort of upgrades or of equipment. Got several new stations, lots of new stuff, lots of new desks, new space, all this stuff, good stuff, but nope. I'm going to let that thing flicker until it dies. I'm going to keep using that microscope light until it looks like the inside of this Apple product here. Now this thing's probably going to be kind of welded to the board, so it's going to be interesting to get this off. I'm going to... there we go. Bam. Came right off. A little bit of flux and wick to suck up that old solder will help me out. So we've got some flux there. The polarizer worked, Rob Brown. It's not. I think it did its job. The problem now is not the polarizer. It's the fact that the increased light that I needed to put through this little cheap-ass ring light that I have has caused it to flicker and die. There are some nicer ring lights I've seen for like $100, but nope. I'm done. I bow out. Okay, now we're going to make this nice and clean before we put a replacement capacitor on this board. And remember, that capacitor didn't just kill itself. It was liquid damage. And if you believe that, Harvey Weinstein, yeah. If you believe that, wow, I forgot his name. Who was that guy that committed suicide in prison? Jeffrey Epstein, yes. If you believe that, Jeffrey Epstein killed himself in prison. All right. Gonna burn away some of that alcohol before we get started. Add some nice happy flux. Look at that happy flux right there. And add a small amount of solder to each pad. Not a lot, just a small amount. A small number, they would say. Now we add a modicum more flux, and we're going to hot air a new capacitor into place. And once we put a new cap there, we've likely will have solved our problem, and the board will work again. Liquid damage, my balls, Apple. Liquid damage, my balls. The only liquid I see on this board is the liquid that likely squirted out of the capacitor when it blew up inside this innocent customer's machine. Why, Apple? Why do you lie to your customers? Money. Money. All they have to do is tell the truth. Tell the truth. Imagine they'd have a much better reputation. But they don't tell the truth. And why don't they tell the truth? Why can't they tell the truth? It's not that hard to do. Wow, that light is really strobing now. Look at that microscope light. It's not even that bad. It's getting 12.8 volts. Calm down, ring light. Calm down. Chillax. Look at that thing flicker. Trying to give my viewers a seizure. Aaron, when you say so we attribute to malice what could be attributed to stupidity now, it would be different if this were happening in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18 around the time that CBC News piece came out. But if you've been made aware of it, and you make no changes whatsoever for years and years on end afterwards, then at some point you're responsible for that stupidity. The very allowing that stupidity to continue to exist is in and of itself malice. I have not, Teresa. I have not seen your formal feral kitten. That capacitor looks different, but it's the same value. So it'll work just fine. Just gonna clean that up a little bit. I'm not gonna hot glue the capacitor. That would be the wrong thing to do. Dun, 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 dun. Your ring light is trying to seize your viewers like custom Caesar refurbished batteries. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. I don't know why I got the polarizer. I tried to make the channel a little bit better. I did. But I did my best there. I overclocked that ring light as much as I could. It's not happy with me. Don't overclock the ring light. It makes it mad. That ring light is pissed. That microscope light is pissed. Jay's 2 cents butchers his review Titan RTX. If he can get companies to send him a $2,500 graphics card to review, he's a better influencer than I am. The only thing I remember getting sent for free to review was this piece of shit Dynolite microscope. And I don't even want to call it a $700 microscope camera, because what they did is they took some webcam from, like, it looked like a webcam from 10 or 15 years ago that had a VGA output that they had to convert to HDMI with a box that looked like total shit. And they were selling it for $700. And now this was about 4 years ago that they sent me that thing to review. It was awful. Absolutely awful. And I reviewed that thing. Oh, I got a vacuum cleaner. I got a piece of shit vacuum cleaner that couldn't go over, like, I swear, that thing couldn't go over a speaker wire. It was such a piece of shit. It's supposed to be some sort of smart vacuum, but it was, that thing was worth probably like $30. I'm a crappy influencer. Okay. Oh, this came with a note. We can read the note. I see you guys got some bling there. What a bright idea. What bling? I'm confused. Huh. Alright, let's see if this thing turns on at all. It's taking 600 milliamps, 490 milliamps, 480 milliamps, 580 milliamps, 700 milliamps, and now we have an Apple logo. The Apple logo lets me know that this machine is turning on. This still could use a full suite of tests before we consider it to be done. And unfortunately, the people that are going to do the full suite of tests are a little backed up right now, since they were not doing work during the moving process because they were packing and everything else. So, but this looks like it is fully set. The problem with this machine was not liquid damage. That wasn't the problem at all. The problem with this computer is that a capacitor in it exploded without any seemingly good reason for it, which is fine. This happens in electronics. Sometimes capacitors are just going to say, I don't want to be part of a MacBook anymore, and just off themselves like that. But the problem is with this is saying that it's water damage when it's not water damage. That's screwed up. The only liquid that was even somewhat here is if you want to call what popped out of that capacitor when it exploded liquid. It's kind of like showing up at a health insurance company and getting beat in the head with a baseball bat by the receptionist, and then being told by the underwriter you're not going to be able to get health care because you have a pre-existing condition of a concussion. Yes, you do, but why? Maybe I'd be better at analogies if it wasn't 11 o'clock at night. Who knows? Either way, that's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. See you in the next video. Yeah, I agree, Sneaky Fox. Paul Daniels is here. Everybody, say hello to our good friend, Paul Daniels. Hey everybody, how's it going? Here we've got an A1466 MacBook that's not powering on from liquid damage. Let's figure out what's wrong with it and see if we can make it work again. Cov ID 19. Cov ID. Cov ID. I think I see some Cov ID on this laptop. I wish people were less disgusting and dirty. So much Cov ID. People never clean their shit. It's fucking disgusting. I can't stand people that don't clean their stuff. It's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. Clean your shit. Oh my god, people are gross. So much. Wow, there's Cov ID inside the laptop as well. I'm not sure if this is Cov ID 19, but it's definitely a Cov ID. Ugh. Alright, so we're going to unplug the battery on this disgusting piece of shit. See how much power it takes when you plug it into a charger. It looks like it's taking 29 milliamps. Now it looks like it's taking 700 milliamps. 700 milliamps is considerably better than 29 milliamps. And you included your name. Well, it seems to already turn on. The machine obviously needs a lot of cleaning on the inside. Clearly it needs a lot of internal cleaning. And I'm curious to see if the power button is going to work as well as the keyboard. I'm betting this is going to need a keyboard as well as internal cleaning. I see corrosion. I see corrosion in a lot of important areas here. Interestingly enough, the trackpad and the keyboard are not corroded. Although there is nastiness all over the inside of the machine. Coffee, one of the world's worst drinks. Let's see what the keyboard feels like. Those are some jammed up sounding keys. Let's see. What happens if I try to turn it off using the keyboard? Oh, I just unplugged it. How are you expecting it to work when you unplugged it, dipshit? Might as well clean off some of the nasty corrosion as well. The CUV ID. Still needs a reflow in that area. Okay. Now when I hold the power button down, I should be able to get this thing to turn off. Turn the fuck off. Ah, okay. So keyboard is kind of working. Just kind of nasty is all. Could use some cleaning. Definitely need some cleaning. Minor board repair, because this is definitely not going to work long term without it. There's corrosion everywhere. But that's a boring one because it kind of already works. Also, I'm kind of curious if it gets a green light on the charger. The charger is kind of messed up, so it's always giving a green light now. Might as well get the board into some slightly better condition. Lewis types with 2 fingers. Are you making fun of me? Alright. Motherfuckers making fun of me for typing with 2 fingers. Alright, so before we get started fixing the board, the first thing I need to do is teach all of you fuckers a lesson. Let's teach all of you fuckers a lesson now, shall we? Alright. I'm going to teach you all a lesson, and then you'll never make fun of my typing again. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it, you fucks. All right. Make fun of my typing because I can only type with 2 fingers. Pricks. Bastards. Piso de mierda. You're going to have another accident? You're going to have another accident? Yes, you are. Alright, let's get the fucking keyboard right over here. Yeah, you ready? Alright, let's do this. See that? I type so fast that not only did I beat everybody in the race with 2 fingers, but they think I'm cheating because I'm that fucking fast. Look at that. Somebody's still typing. All right, we'll do another one. We'll do another one for all you people who doubt the supremacy of 2-fingered typing. Ah, shit. Alright, I fucked up there. I made a lot of errors, but still. Those are quite a few errors, but I still won. We'll do one more. One more! And then back to board repair, because I got shit to do. That's bad. If one gets drunk twice a month, it is better. If one gets drunk once a month, that is better still. And if one doesn't drink at all, that is the best of all. Ah, fuck. I got owned. You're cheating! Somebody's copying and pasting. Anyway. Back to work. Hey. Hi. BTFO. Rick Tech saying slow when he types slower than me. Yeah, you know what, Rick Tech? Let's get a private room going. How about that? Rick Tech? Yeah, I don't know how to message you because YouTube got rid of their fucking private messaging features, so I can't send you an invite to a room. Yeah, later. Later we'll figure this out. Rick Tech's gonna get beat later, though. You'll see. I don't know what you mean by authorized Infomedia Tech. I've never heard the word authorized with regards to Discord. I would post a link in the chat, but then a bunch of people that are not Rick are going to join because that's how chat works. Arcade machine PCBs. I recommend the Crest Ultrasonic Cleaners and Branson EC as cleaning fluid. Crest has their own cleaning fluid, but it's really hard to get a hold of. I trust you as far as... I trust you as far as I can throw a CTIA lobbyist, Gustav Hills. The Cov ID. Indeed you have, Sahil. Yeah, so much coffee. Don't really know how to deal with all this coffee. Who am I kidding? Yes, I do. Flux. Lots of flux. Yes. Why is the desk so wobbly? Yeah, it's my camera mount. It kind of sucks. I haven't really hooked up my camera mount to the wall yet. So all I have is this piece of shit. And it sucks. Please remove the SSD. I don't know what SSD you're talking about, my friend. There's no SSD here. Did someone really call the Wi-Fi card an SSD? You nubsicle. You nub. Why you nub? Why nub? I'll give this a nice little cleaning. Is it possible to solder more RAM? Yes. Is it worth my time? No. Can you solder more RAM? Yes. You just gotta find replacement chips, replace them, reprogram the BIOS, make sure you didn't fuck anything up in the process, and then you can. Am I doing it? Hell. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. As my friend Jake's mom always used to say. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. The RAM for the A1708s, I think it was somewhere around like $175 for 16 gigs. And then there's the soldering involved. So you have, first there's the price of the RAM. Then there's the soldering. Then there's the fact that the RAM is right next to the CPU, which, great risk. You know, it doesn't wind up being, like, nobody's going to pay for that. I've never found someone willing to pay for that. COVID-19. COVID. 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 COVID-19. COVID. COVID-18? Nah. COVID-17? No way. COVID-19. Indeed. COVID-19. COVID-16? No. COVID-20? COVID-19! That's what I'm looking for. That COVID-19. COVID-16, COVID-14, COVID-19, COVID, COVID, COVID. 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 Cov ID, covenant, Covenant 19. Covenant 16. Covenant 20. Covenant 19. Cov ID. Doot doot doot. Whoa on the radio. 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 I don't know, because my online store sucks. I haven't focused much on the online store. If you're not the cheapest for any item, people don't buy from you. And that online store really doesn't make me much, so I haven't put as much effort into it. I just took the Quicks down today. No more Quick 861DW. Quick decided to give T equipment a better price than me for the foreseeable future. So, bye-bye. As a thank you for promoting our item and getting hundreds of thousands of people to realize that we make a better hot air station than HAKKO, your reward is that you get to pay more than T equipment. Fuck you, Quick. Yeah, you got one of the things and smart things in business is you got to know where your money's made. You got to know where your money's made. My money is made fixing stuff. It's not made selling gear for $5 profits. Okay. What do we have here? I don't know. I mean, it's not a problem if people can get stuff cheaper. It just means I don't focus on it. 9. Let me get another computer. Cov ID. Cov ID. Cov ID 19. C-O-V-I-D. 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 C-O-V-I... Oh. Had to stop at 3 different stores just to get toilet paper. Buy paper towels instead. Toilet paper always breaks off into small, tiny bits inside your asshole, unless you use it dry, in which case you're not actually cleaning your asshole, you're just drying your asshole, which is what Staples Tech Dry does when they clean boards. Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be working on an A1398 that's not powering on. Let's open it up and see if we can figure out why it's not turning on and make it work again. First thing we're going to do over here. Fuck, I didn't hit the record button. Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we have an A1398 that's not turning on. Let's open this thing up and see if we can... Motherfucker. Hello, I give you rest of money on my card to ask where I can buy good battery for A1398. There's different A1398 batteries. Try ProTech Restore. If you're looking for a battery for the what's the one I'm thinking? Yeah, which is the battery I'm thinking of that you're not going to find? Yeah, if you're thinking of the A1417 battery, you ain't, like, good luck finding that in good condition anywhere. But if you're looking for one of the newer ones, then you may be able to find it. All right, let's try again. But ProTech Restore may have a battery for you. Try them, ProTech Restore. But again, it's a crapshoot for the A1417. Hey everybody, how's it going? So here we have an A1398 that's not turning on. Let's open it up and see if we can figure out why it's not turning on and make it work again. Cov ID. Cov ID. Cov ID. Cov ID. As long as Streamlabs decides it's going to take acoustism. Changes all the time. If you tell me what you said here, I can read it over here. Don't shit in the shower, that's not right. The first thing that I see upon opening up this machine is a treasure trove of dust. I don't know how this even got in here. This thing barely has vents. Wow. Look at that. There's dust everywhere. Really everywhere. Be right back. We're just going to get rid of all that dust. I just walk into the other room and remove all of this garbage. 2015 MacBook Pro 15, Lois, please. My name is not Lois, it's Lewis. Also, that's not a question. 2015 MacBook Pro, Lewis, please. Man, I really don't know what that means. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do here with this computer is see how many amps it takes when the battery's not plugged in if I try to turn it on. As you can see, it takes... Well, all right, as you can see, the fans turn on at full speed, which is strange and unusual. Also, there's no light on the charger. That's very strange. No light on the charger, fans turning on full speed. Very strange. And there's an Apple logo. Why are the fans turning on full speed? Why is there no light on my charger? One way to find out. Let's take the board out of the case and see if we can figure out why it's turning on with the fans at full speed. Typically, this is going to be a system management controller issue. The fans are controlled by the system management controller. And the system management controller communicates with the charger to get a green light turned on. So those two items that are not working both have something interrelated. The display connector appears to be a little beaten up, but I don't see any liquid damage, although perhaps that's because I'm not looking under a microscope. I'll take a look with a microscope. I'm trying to start a repair business. Any tips? Repair something that there is demand to fix in your area. Learn how to fix it properly. And get started. Curiouser and curiouser. Nathan, how bad is it firsthand for people who are young and in shape whose system is working? Since you've said you've taken care of people with it and you've worked with them, what's it like? You'd know better than any of us. Wait a second. It's starting with the fans on full at startup because the keyboard. You can put the machine in SMC reset, but if you keep the keyboard power button held down or something like that. I bet if I unplug the keyboard, that'll stop doing that. Motherfucker. Look. I unplugged the fucking keyboard and that's all it needed. Son of a bitch. Yeah, see, the light's turning on now. And the keyboard is... And this is turning on at a normal... Watch. Yeah, let's plug that shit back in. Yeah, let's see. Watch. I'm going to plug the keyboard back in and it's not going to work. See, it's the fucking keyboard. All this needs a keyboard and a cleaning. I'm a dumbass. I can't believe I bothered taking this shit out of the... Trying to take the board out of the casing. So you can start this machine up in a mode called SMC Reset by holding down the power button. Now, the SMC... Once a new Mac releases, how long to get schematics? Usually 1 to 2 years. And for screens, usually about maybe closer to 3 years. Anyway, so the system management controller is what controls the fans. It also reads information from the sensors, and it's going to use that data to figure out how fast this fan should spin. If it's hot, fan go faster. If it's cool, fan spin slower. And it's also going to communicate with the charger. Those functions are not going to work when it's in SMC reset or SMC bypass mode, and it's going to turn itself on in SMC bypass mode if the power button's held down and the keyboard power button is going to be, messed up if you have a broken keyboard. So when I unplug the keyboard, the fans move at a normal speed, and the light turns on in the charger. So the issue with this computer is that it has a bad keyboard, and also that it's nasty on the inside and looks like shit. And eventually it's going to have the U8900 problem where the GPU doesn't turn on, so we might as well do that as preventative maintenance if we are going to replace the keyboard on this thing. So let's leave a note for it and move on to the next MacBook. Now, what do you think, N1978? I will let you guess. What do you think? Kavidi. Cov ID, 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 Cov ID. Cov ID. Thank you, John Fitzgerald. Particle board repair. Particle board. It's midnight, so I think I'm going to call it a day. I'll see you all in the next stream. Fernando, yes, I plan on it. I do plan on updating it. The problem is that I'm about 2 weeks behind on work. There's a pandemic that is driving people crazy that may kill us all, outbreaking in New York City, and I've been traveling for the right to repair hearings. So, unfortunately, I haven't had as much time to update it, but I do plan on updating it. My apologies for not updating it in a while. I still have to hang those TVs. I said I was going to have a screen that has the names of all the people, and they're still literally sitting in a box. The last 3 months have been a real roller coaster. Eugene, right to repair lobbying, coronavirus that kills us all. It's been kind of a crazy time. Crazy, fucked up time. Wonder how good old Eugene's doing. Eugene must be flying high with my $30,000. Mofo. I wonder if Eugene's got Cov ID 19. It's one of those things where practices. Ah, thank you. People like Eugene probably would not get Cov ID 19. It's the good people that would get the virus first. It's the Eugenes that'll probably outlive us all. It's the Eugenes that will outlive us all. Eugene! Cov ID! Cov ID. COVID. EUGENE. EUGENE. COVID 19. 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 All right, time to turn off the stream and get out of here. Time to get out of here. Time to get out. See you all in the next video.